Hey, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Anime Dudes podcast. Today we have a very exciting show and we have a really cool guest as well. But before we get into that, as always, if you can rate, if you can like, if you can share, if you like anime, if you have fingers, you should be doing all three of those things. But we have myself, the anime dad. We also have.
Bjorvio, the other co-host of this podcast, and joining us for the first ever guest appearance on the Anime Dudes podcast, we have Joshua Rayburn, who you also might know as DM Dice Goblin to all of his TikTok followers.
Heyo, how y'all doing?
So, Josh, for those people who might not know who you are, let's get to know you a little bit better. So, I'm going to do quick fire 5 questions, okay? And you say the first thing that comes to your head, unless it's, R18 or PG, something strange.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm not sure your listeners are, but I am.
All right, what's your favorite anime protagonist?
Favorite anime protagonist? Natsu. Natsu Dragnell.
All right, what's your favorite anime villain?
Favorite anime villain? I would probably say L. No, Light. Sorry, Light is the villain.
Ah, all right. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your favorite anime weapon?
Anime weapon? Gungan.
Cool. Not bad at all. All right, who's your waifu?
Urza. Urza Scarlet.
Nice. And then, who's your favorite character in My Hero Academia?
I know I'm basic with this one, but Deku. Deku's the favorite.
That's a good one. And what like Dark Deku or Deku in the beginning or Deku currently?
Beginning Deku, I would say. Deku kind of rubbed me a little bit wrong. I get why it happened. Still didn't like it.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, now we know everything we need to know about you. So that's the end of the podcast. Thank you for joining. No, we've got some really cool things to talk about. Last week we spoke about the entry. Let's just get right into it. And last week,
Well, you forgot one important thing that we need to talk about this week. Okay, for the third week in a row, we get to talk about Mirio Togata, people.
woo! Mirio
How could you
Togata.
forget?
I know.
He's a little bit upset about this.
I wouldn't know you're a Mirio fan based on your background. I wouldn't suggest. I'm surprised you're not wearing a Mirio shirt. Why don't you have a Mirio shirt?
I don't own one. I have literally never found a Mirio shirt. And so I think I ordered one off of Etsy, or my wife did or something, but it hasn't come in yet. I was like, oh, I really hope it comes in for this recording. Did not. So instead I'm wearing an Infinity War t-shirt because that's what I had.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. We need to get one. I need to get one as well because I saw Rico had one, the voice actor for Mirio, and I mean, it's skin tight, but it looked real good on him. So yeah, we should. I'm gonna get one as well. I'm gonna get an All Might one. You get a Mirio one, and we'll wear it for the next one. And then Josh can get a Airy one, and we can wear it together.
I would pay some money to see that.
That would be really good, actually. I think we'd get
Especially with that sick tan you got going.
Oh yeah.
And he's got the same beard as Airy as well, so that'll be lovely. So, all right, so they're breaking into the Yasuka, the organization, Yakuza organization. They've gone down. We spoke about Sun Eater last week. We spoke about the fight with Kirishima and Fat Gum and that group, which was absolutely incredible. And now, flash to Mirio chasing and going through that wall and going after Airy. And he first comes into contact with Overhaul, and it was him versus Overhaul and a few other people. What was your initial thoughts, Josh, when you saw that?
absolutely blown away. I mean, I'm still amazed with how amazing they are able to the writers are with creative ways to use powers. Like I would never have thought, hey, let's just have the ghost dude punch a guy through their own fist as he's trying to catch the punch. Just like, no, you're not catching this. I'm connecting it. I refuse to have you dodge.
That is so true, actually. That was a really, really good moment. What's your thoughts on Drunk Quirkman?
Really weird, but still a whole lot of fun.
All right, Bjorvio, quick fire. Let's go. Drunk Quirkman versus Fat Gum.
I think Fat Gum can overtake him 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see too. He's drunk all the time himself, isn't he?
Yeah, and then he just bounces around on his fat, and when he's drunken, bada bing, bada boom, you got a winning strategy right there. Then you got Fat Taxi taking this guy directly to jail.
Fat Taxi, I love Fat Taxi. Yeah, so he takes them out, even though he's feeling off kilter a little bit. And what happens next, Bjorvio?
So after he takes out these two side people, he goes in and immediately goes after Aerie and puts some distance between her and Overhaul, which shows, to me, it shows how great Lemillion's character is. Last time we saw him, his focus was on, or that he saw Overhaul, it was, okay, I need to keep the integrity of the mission. This time around, Aerie is the mission. Therefore, Overhaul can do whatever he wants. To me, I don't care. I will protect this little girl this time. She is the mission, and by golly, nothing's going to happen to her this time. She will see me smile, and I will be her hero.
Awesome. Well said. And I mean, with Rapper, I was a bit nervous at this time because I know Lemillion's so good. But obviously, they're talking about Rapper getting his butt kicked by Overhaul, so a few times, and Rapper's an insane fighter. I was nervous for Lemillion. I didn't think he could win straight out the bat. I thought he's so good, he's so determined, but we don't know what Overhaul is packing. Now, on the rating of quirk systems, what's your thoughts? How would you rate Overhaul's quirk, Josh?
I would rate it about a 1 to 5 or a 10?
I make it a 10.
Out of 10, I'd say I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, let's do 10.
8.
I can see where you'd say that. I honestly think it's really stinking good. I don't think we saw the full capability of what he's capable of. I'd actually give him a 9.
Yeah, to be able to completely deconstruct things and reconstruct them, and it's basically, it could be a healing quirk as well, recovery quirk. It could basically heal a bunch of people too. So it's a 8 or 9. I'd say 8.5 just to be different. but
he's basically if you took Full Metal Alchemist and put it directly into the My Hero world, like straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just performing, human transmutation left and right and completely ignoring the laws of alchemy. But that's basically how it works in the My Hero verse. And it's so stinking cool, and I love it. I love his quirk.
It is cool. And his backstory's a little bit strange and not too much depth I didn't feel for him. They probably should have made him really have a bit more, so the audience is rooting for him a little bit more. Like, he was quite negative from the backstory. He had one focus to be the best, and I suppose he wanted to help that old man in the Yakuza, but he should have, theoretically, we should have rooted for him a little bit more. They made him quite an evil villain. What's your guys' thoughts?
I loved the fact that I hate him so much.
Right.
Yes.
Sometimes you just need a person to hate.
That's true.
Agreed. He did this the way that he had this relationship with Eri and the way that he took advantage of her and used her for a quirk and all that, I didn't want to root for the guy, even if he had a compelling backstory, which he, in my opinion, doesn't. It was just, he is a villain that thinks he's in the right, but he's not. And the audience kind of agrees, this dude's not in the right. He's hurting a small child. So to me, he didn't need a compelling story or anything. He didn't need to be liked. Overhaul's really one of the first villains in My Hero that makes me feel like, no, I just flat out hate you. You're a bad dude. And I cannot wait for Lemillion to punch you in the face some more.
What's his motivation?
Power, pretty much.
I think he just wants to be the leader of the Isekai. And power, yeah.
And money. You're right, he wants his little community or family, to get power and money. Yeah, okay, that's why I didn't align necessarily with Shigaraki's ideals. And then obviously Mirio is kicking his butt to start things off, and everyone's feeling good. I was pretty pumped. I was like, finally, yes, he's gonna take him down. But something shockingly terrible happens. There's a moment that makes everyone cry. The guy with the gun shoots that bullet to Eri, which is very smart, targeting his weak spot and taking his quirk away. What was your thoughts when that happened, boys?
My heart dropped. My stomach churned. Holy crap, they're actually doing this. And it's going to be a massacre of a hero that has not been here a long time, but certainly became a fan favorite really quick. They're really going to do this to us?
Yeah.
I think I can see it in Bjorvio's eyes. He's yeah.
I listened to the soundtrack right before recording this, and it brought me all back. And for me personally, it's not the fact. I mean, the fact that Mirio, who, as he said, has a bad quirk that he made good, and now he's losing it. But it's not that made me tear up. It was the fact. It wasn't even the fact that he willingly gave up his quirk like that. It was the fact that while he's doing it, he's looking at Eri and smiling, showing that he's happy to do it for her. And that's the moment that, for me, is why Mirio is one of my favorite heroes in anime.
That's actually a really, really good point. That's a really, really good point. Well, what if, I mean, obviously Mirio thought it was a real gun to kill the person, but if he didn't jump to Eri would have lost her quirk, but she would have been okay. You know? She would have been fine without that quirk. Wouldn't she have?
In theory, yeah. I mean, yeah, in theory. I think Chisaki would have been incredibly ticked off about it, but
that's true. They were taking a risk. I mean, obviously they knew Mirio would save her and want to save her, but so his quirk was gone, but he kept on fighting, and that really, it was extremely motivational, extremely wonderful. He kept going, he kept doing quite well with no quirk, even though he was bleeding a lot and struggling a lot. He was doing really, really well, and that I think that again just shows us what type of hero and what type of person Mirio is. Without a quirk, he doesn't give up. He doesn't, he doesn't just fall into sadness. He keeps going, and that was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the thing that I love that he screams, and I didn't realize this until one of the other times that I watched it, is when he screams, "I'm not powerless, I am still Lemillion!" It really shows that Lemillion is not a quirk. Lemillion is a person. versus when you look at Endeavor, who is Endeavor without his quirk? Who is Fat Gum without his quirk? You know, all
Who
these
is the
people are known for their quirks.
Mm.
Right, right. And if Aizawa were to fight most
oh
heroes, they would be at a huge area. It's like, it doesn't matter that I don't have my quirk. My job is to protect Eri. I'm still Lemillion. I will still save a million people with or without my quirk.
So true. You guys word things so well, but that makes a lot of sense. That's really, really true. And then when things are looking really bad and the million's going to be taken out, Josh's favorite boy comes through the door, knocking, kicks the door down, and breaks in. Did you think, Josh, that after seeing Overhaul in action, that Deku would be able to take him out at that point?
I had hoped that it would just take a Detroit smash to take all the spikes away, but at the same time, with Eri being collateral damage, I honestly didn't know how it would all go down because, again, he's much like Mirio, where it's like focus on the people I'm saving more so than the villain in front of me. And that has been something that he has constantly shown all the way back from when he saved Uraraka from the super robot that is not supposed to be beaten in the entry exam. And time again, we see it where it's focused on the people saving versus that. But that has also been one of his biggest downfalls that we saw in the training camp arc, where that's what put him to the point where he had to be carried by other people just to keep on going. So I honestly had no idea how that fight was going to go down.
Yeah, the audio. I mean, the writers did a really good job in that. You know, you're right. Deku has a similar mindset to Mirio, and coming in there, I was unsure what would happen, and you know, it was slightly terrifying, and it didn't what's Mirio's mentor's name?
Sir Night-Eye?
Yeah, didn't he come in at the same time and started trying to fight as well?
He did. And here's the thing that I think the writers did really, really well with Sir Night-Eye to build the tension. Night-Eye's fighting, you know, Overhaul for a little bit. Deku's trying to get Eri out of there, and, you know, all this other stuff is going on. But then Sir Night-Eye not only loses, but suffers a fatal injury and keeps saying, there's no way we can win. I've seen the future. And at that point, it feels like all hope is kind of lost in this fight because, as everyone has said multiple times throughout this series, Sir Night-Eye is never wrong.
I got goosebumps when you said that. You can't do Deku, hey Bjorvio, but I remember when he says, I will smash that future. You know, what a cool moment. And it moves on to probably this is probably one of my, it probably is very close. It's definitely my top 3 fights of the whole My Hero Academia anime. The way it's animated is incredible. And when Deku is reaching out to hold on to Eri's hand, and she sees Lemillion's cape at the same time and goes for the cape. Like, that was a brilliant piece of writing. And then the music swells as well. Oh my goodness. What a moment. I know I'm not alone in getting tears in that particular moment.
That was a moment where they told the animators, hey, we got time. Slow it down a little bit. And they just milked it for all it's worth to kill our hearts all at the same time.
So bloomin' good.
Completely agree.
You need a cape. You need a Lemillion cape, Bjorvio, as well.
I know someone that can make me one. I'll get on that. But the other thing that I really like about this scene is, up until this point, Eri has always chosen to go back to Chisaki every time in order to save other people. But the combination of Deku reaching out his hand, Lemillion's cape, Deku does not reach up and grab her and take her away. Eri chooses to jump to him. And to me, that is an incredibly powerful moment because she is actively trying to break free and commits to that decision. And this is really the first time that we see her do that. And I don't think that, at least for me, when I'm watching that, that is not something that I personally can overlook because she's taking her first steps literally, in Deku and Lemillion in spirit are there to catch her and support her.
Yeah. I've got part of my favorite pop is Deku standing there with Lemillion's cape wrapped around Eri on his back, and just standing there, and that's such an incredible moment. Eri on the back. Oh, there it is, right there. Infinite Deku with Eri, and it's just such a moment, and the way he smashes. He maybe loses himself a little bit, smashes, expects his whole body to be broken, but it's fine. And he's all the way up in the sky. And the way Eri's quirk works with Deku's, I think it was a really genius bit of writing there. It was a good combination for sure. I think let's do some quick fires with Josh here. Deku with Eri on his back. So Infinite Deku versus Endeavor.
Endeavor has no chance.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, Infinite Deku versus Twice.
Just to remember, Twice is the Deadpool ripoff, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Yes.
It would be a very fun fight only for the commentary of Twice.
Oh, he's so good.
Especially if Present Mike was the commentator.
No, Twice would then have himself also commentating with Mike while also in the fight.
That is actually really smart. That's so smart. I didn't realize that Prison Mike was Sonny Strait, the voice of Krillin, and he is, yeah.
That's him?
Hold on.
Surprise.
I might be wrong. But I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that would be a really, really good fight for sure. Let me check. Present Mike, dub, VA. His voice by there. Oh no, yeah, Sonny Strait. Yeah.
Yo, that's so cool.
I would not have expected that to be the same voice as Krillin.
I know he does it because he
right.
He's quite similar with Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. Krillin, he sounds similar. Usopp, again, he sounds relatively similar, but he's got those variations. But then President Mike is so different.
Yeah.
All right, well then he moves on to the best fight ever. Freaking Overhaul takes on this form that's absolutely ridiculous. Deku has Eri, and what's your guys' thoughts on how the fight ended?
Bjorvio, I'll let you go first. This is your podcast.
Bjorvio.
Okay. About how this ended. Number one, why does nobody ever talk about the fact that this high school student beat up a major crime boss syndicate in the skies over a major city ever again?
So
Just
true.
saying.
That is actually such a good point. He doesn't get the freaking. Oh no, he doesn't get the praise he deserves.
Right, and it's that part has always bugged me. Like, it wasn't just, we're gonna cover this up. You can't cover it up. They were fighting in the sky. Number one. Number two, it's a major crime boss. Like, people probably knew who he was. And then there's this kid just zipping in through the air, punching him in the face. I don't know. That always bugged me.
Thank you for passing it on to me, because now I'm bugged by it.
I didn't even notice that.
I'm glad I could ruin y'all's day.
The writers are
number
so
2.
good, but-
Right.
Sorry.
It's good, but it's like, yes, this bugs me quite so. Yes, quite. Number 2. Eraser saving Deku and kind of airing from herself is the exact hero that needed to do that. I don't think it would have been as cool for anyone else to do it or to save them. I think Eraser being the one who is Deku's teacher, who was telling him like, hey, if the league gets involved, you can't be a part in this. Eraser that, all of these things that Eraser has, it's great character development for all of them. And just really, I don't know how else to explain. I just really love that Eraser was the one that got to really, like, Deku saved the day, but Eraser finished it. And number 3, right quick, I know I said 2, but 3. I love the fact that Night Eye lived to see that Deku rewrote the future.
That's actually very true. Yeah, he lived to see it. And talking about Night Eye, that's a great 3 points. Thank you. Talking about Night Eye, I thought the tears were done when Eri was saved, but Night Eye being in the hospital and looking into Mirio's eyes once more and saying, "You're gonna be okay." Does he say that, Josh? What does he say?
Honestly, I don't remember. I was kind of tearing up after I saw Dad Zawa finally become to actually go from bully teacher like Severus Snape style to the fan favorite Dad Zawa that he is today, and just like he's the best. He's the best teacher.
He is. That's so true. Actually, he is.
Like he came full circle. Like he went from I am going to drop this kid after day 1 because he doesn't know his quirk, to I am saving this boy if it kills me and this girl on the back, and I will raise her as my own. And
that's a really good point. It's such a special moment, and Dad Zawa is his new name. I'm going to call him that from now on. That is a good.
I always call him Daddy Zawa. I think that I personally like that better.
That's one up. No, not one of us here would not want a dad like Aizawa, especially with his cool hair. He's obviously a cool dad as well. He'd buy you a car, and but he'd be strict about the rules as well. I think he'd be balanced.
He'd buy you a car, but he'd expect you to be home by 9.
You would. You're right. That's so true. That's actually a good point to stop at, actually, and move on to the improv point. But yeah, what a moment. And you guys are so eloquent with the way you describe things. It's great. It's really, really good. So Josh, you're very, very good at that. Now, Josh, do you have any voices that you do, or any? And I heard your lovely Dungeons and Dragons voice earlier.
Hi ho everyone. Kermit the Frog here.
Perfect. That's all I need to hear, actually, Kermit. All right. Well, let's get Kermit. All right. And Kermit is out. Lemillion is out tossing rocks on a lake after the fight with Overhaul. And Kermit pops up, and you guys have a conversation. Go.
Hi ho there.
36! 37!
Yeah, that was 37.
You a talking frog?
37th rock to hit my house. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry about that. I just got through. Well, I just saved a little girl's life, along with my other friends, of course. But I kind of lost my power as a result, and I'm feeling kind of down. So I was just throwing rocks. Sorry to hit your house. Wasn't my intention.
It's okay. How about a little song? I know that always next day cheer me up. Yay!
Oh boy, a song! That sounds wonderful. Depending on, I'll join along if I know the words, but I don't know a whole lot of songs if we're being honest.
You have to sing, Josh. Go for it.
Alrighty, spit it, boys. Do 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 do. Manamana. Do 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 do. Manamana. Do 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 do. Manamana. Do 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 do. Oh, I don't know what a manamana is, but
Phenomena!
You know,
Oh, that's great. I was just about to ask you, but it seems you already answered my question there.
hold on. Why didn't that was great? That was great, guys. But why didn't Lemillion think it's weird having a talking frog coming out of a lake in the first place?
I mean, let's be honest. This is the same universe where there is a sea captain that is also a seal or walrus.
True. You just
Well,
thought it was
he's
a
only
quirk.
met a female frog up until this point. It was the fact that it was a male frog that threw him off.
That's perfect. All right, give me another character. Do you have any other characters, Josh?
Let's see. Trying to think. Of course, I can do a good Goofy sometimes.
Yeah, Goofy. All right, now Goofy.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, okay. Goofy and Mickey Mouse are trying to join the pro heroes and become a pro hero in the My Hero Academia verse. I am the person that is at the front desk, and you guys are walking up to apply for your hero licenses. Okay? And Bjorvio, you can kick us off and go.
Oh, golly. Well, if you don't, I'm here to get my provisional hero license, and I brought my best friend, Goofy.
Or so. Hi there.
Hi, listen, I've had a long day, and both of you have quite annoying voices, so that's fine. I just need a few bits of information from you both. So, the first thing I need is, what's your quirks?
I can pull a hammer out of my back pocket. Nope, that's a fishing rod. That's a fishing rod. Oh, Lord, there it is, a hammer.
All right, hammer out of your back pocket. That's mediocre. And Bjorvio? And Mickey Mouse?
Well, I have the ability to make anything to look like a mouse. So if there's a car over there, then all I have to do is say, Muska, Muska, Mickey Mouse. And then boom, it grows ears and a tail.
All right. Okay, that's a little bit strange, but that's fine. That makes sense. We've had Stranger. That's not bad.
I don't get hurt as long as I do my special yell.
Ooh, okay. Give me an example. I'll stab you with this pen. Okay, that takes you on up there. That brings you up a class for sure. Now, that's great. What would your hero names be? And we'll start with you, Mickey.
Well, my alias is Mickey Mouse, so my hero name would be the Mouseketeer.
That was a weird way. Your internet cut off, but you still said it. The Mouseketeer. I heard it really well. The mouse. I don't know why I've got internet. Sorry, I need to stay in the scene. All right, Mouseketeer. And how about you, hammer out of your ass guy?
I'm not sure you heard me, so
I'm Goofy, so my name's just Goofy.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna have to be honest with you guys. As soon as you walked in, I pushed the police button underneath the table, and they will be here in the next 2 minutes. And they're going to transport you to a mental facility, and you guys are going to get the help you need. So
No, we're not. Go. Mickey here is an owner of an international celebrity chain known as Disneyland.
no.
You're correct on that. Not only that, but by bringing me a bunch of police officers, all I have to do is sing my song and woohoo, now they're musketeers. I'm sorry, mouseketeers.
I'm sorry to say this, but this is actually all in your mind. You are already in a mental institution. I'm just here to give you your pills for the day. Bjorvio, you're freezing. You're freezing in hilarious situations.
Bjorvio, you're losing it. You're losing it. You lost it. You lost the plot. You completely lost the plot as well as Wi-Fi connection.
You look like a mouse, though, in that frozen position. I'm not going to lie, though. I still can't hear him.
He's still going. He's still going.
He's in character. Oh, there he is.
He's back.
I'm back, everybody. Sorry, had to go check out all of my lovely friends.
I'm gonna have to post that today. That one, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah, because I'm curious on my end. Anime Dad, you were freezing, so I'm sitting here like, what are you talking about? I'm freezing. I'm moving just fine. So I'm curious to see it from y'all's perspective.
Oh, it's funny from our perspective. Yeah,
it's been freezing for you intermediately.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It has been, but I'm gonna literally put a Goofy face on you and a Mickey Mouse face on you, and that'll be amazing. I'm gonna do some fun editing on it as well. But you guys are great, and Josh, that is amazing. Goofy and Mickey voices. For those who loved it as much as we did, what are your handles? What's your TikTok handle?
I just, as Bjorvio said at the beginning, I am the DM Dice Goblin over on the TikToks, as well as anywhere else that I'm trying to build platforms, which is nowhere at the moment.
What's your content basically about?
Primarily Dungeons and Dragons, skits and potentially explanations. I've done a few bits of singing and other nerd stuff, but primarily D&D.
Cool. Well, D&D and anime goes hand in hand, and I'll check you out. And yeah, we should do collabs sometime. I need to boost my TikTok off the ground some more, and I'm looking for creative people to do it with. So Bjorvio and you, we can do a threesome sometime and give it a go. All right, I'll move on. So thank you. That's amazing. Bjorvio, could you take us out in Lemillion's voice? Thank you so much, Josh, Dice Goblin, for being involved. We really appreciate you. Were amazing. But yeah, Bjorvio, take us out in Lemillion's voice, if you please.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the newest episode of the
Bjorvio.
Cut.
Is he there? All right, I'll do. Your internet was breaking up. Oh, it's still going.
He's still going.
I'll be back.
All right, thanks for
I'm still here.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You're amazing. Thanks, everyone.